Good morning and welcome to the news. I'm Fatima Carelse. The representatives of South African asbestosis victims will present their cases to the British High Court today. They're appealing the British Court of Appeal's decision that a case against a British mining company be heard in a South African court. The company KPLC previously owned several asbestos mines in the Northern Cape and the Northern Province. The activities at the mines allegedly caused asbestos-related illnesses in more than 3,000 South Africans. The asbestosis sufferers are arguing that the case against KPLC be heard in Britain so that they can be awarded damages if the court finds in their favour. Approximately 350 sufferers are suing the company for more than 100 million rand. The National Union of Mine Workers yesterday paid tribute to South African asbestosis victims. A full bench of the Cape Town High Court is expected to hear arguments today on whether the King Commission's inquiry into alleged cricket match fixing can be broadcast live on radio and television. This follows a court application last week by radio news syndication service Live Africa Network News against the Commission's ban on television and radio coverage of the inquiry. LANN succeeded in carrying live radio and television coverage of disgraced former South African cricket captain Hansie Cronje's testimony after an agreement between the company and the King Commission. In terms of the agreement, only Cronje's main testimony was allowed to be broadcast live. His cross-examination will be recorded for broadcast on radio after the day's proceedings are completed. Judge Edwin King ruled at the start of the inquiry that the presence of cameras and broadcasting equipment would reduce the effectiveness of the probe by placing witnesses under unnecessary pressure. LANN Chief Executive Paul Martin Keyner argues that it is the constitutional right of South Africans to hear live testimonies. Cronje faces his cross-examination on Tuesday. Solomon Islands police are combing the capital Honiara for almost 100 escaped prisoners after a mass breakout from the central prison yesterday. The entire prison population of 90 to 100 inmates either escaped or were released by overworked prison staff, heightening tensions in the capital when an uneasy truce is being held after the coup 2 weeks ago. The escapees include about 20 members of the Isatabu Freedom Movement who were on remand for charges related to ethnic violence that led up to the coup by the rival Malaita Eagle Force militia. The MEF and their paramilitary police allies seized the capital, including police headquarters and the prison, and took Prime Minister Bart of Ulafalu hostage 2 weeks ago, demanding his resignation. He was released a few days later but resigned last Wednesday. Philippine authorities have withheld food rations to 21 people being held hostage by Muslim guerrilla kidnappers in a bid to force the rebels to reveal the whereabouts of 10 missing Caucasian captives. The Abu Sayyaf group is believed to have separated 3 Germans, 2 Finns, 2 French nationals, 2 South Africans and a Lebanese from their 9 Malaysian and 2 Filipino captives earlier this month to deter the military from launching a rescue attempt. The government have since requested food supplies, saying the hostages are running out of provisions. Government negotiators opened a humanitarian corridor to deliver food and medicines during their only meeting so far with the rebel leaders on May 27. However, Philippine government negotiators have since instructed their emissaries to suspend deliveries until they are shown the Western hostages. That brings us to the end of this morning's news. Thank you for joining us. Now it's goodbye from me and over to the Toasty Show in Johannesburg.